I get lucky on that. She doesn't care. We live close enough to Cheney Stadium that we hear the fireworks when they have the baseball games. So she's just been used to that her whole life.
Same old jazz. So what are we making today?
Well, we're going to make turkey chili, and we're going to make it from leftover Thanksgiving turkey, which means I had to cook some Thanksgiving turkey earlier this week. But then I heard the crowds were so big, I was afraid I didn't have enough turkey. So I stopped at Stadium Thriftway and got a smoked turkey leg to doctor things up a little bit here. But these are really better to eat like this than they are to cut meat off of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this home and I'm going to make some soup later.
Love
so
it.
I've cut off all of the easy to get to. The other thing is we really try to not have any first aid issues on stage. So, you don't want to get too involved in your cutting and cross a line, and then it's no fun and nobody can eat anything because there's blood on it and everyone gets all upset. Okay.
That just turned into a whole scenario.
Right. Oh, I will paint you a picture, sister, of all the bad things that can happen. If you would like to hear the doomsday scenario, I am your girl. Okay. So, yes, the pan is, do we see there is movement of air? I put water in there to know that it was actually heating up. So that's good. The water is bubbling. It's always different to cook in a kitchen you're not used to. You know how long your stove takes to get hot and which burner is better than the others. But it's like when you go to an Airbnb and you just have to make do with what you got there. Hey, I know you. Look at all these faces I know. Thanks for coming out, guys. So for those of you who don't know me, the other half of the audience, the reason I'm called the Kitchen Beautician is I'm not a chef. I'm a hairdresser and a salon owner. But I do these events and I do cook-offs and competitions, and I have a Instagram and Facebook presence where I just give you some ideas about how you can make your cooking at home a little more colorful, a little more interesting, a little more healthy. But that's the side step. Really, it's pretty food. It just happens to be good for you. So that's not so bad, right? All right. I kept one of the recipes for myself so that I could not get distracted. And I'm going to follow along here. I have more here on the left of the stage if you want to take one home with you. If we start getting to where we're running out, just take a picture and then you can take that home with you. I did print 20. That seemed like a lot of recipes this morning. All right, so we're going to start by sauteing all the good things, which means we've got to cut all the good things. But I'm going to show you my one most favorite way to save time with all of this. Because who loves chopping onions? Oh,
we
look,
have some hands.
The unicorn likes to chop onions. Awesome. Okay, I don't. That's not fun for me. I know how to. I can do a good job, but I would rather not. So I'm going to grate them. And I'm going to grate the garlic, and I'm going to grate the carrots. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to saute faster. So, we have to get this done so that you guys can eat it. So faster is better. All right.
If anyone has questions at any point in time for Orame, don't be afraid to raise your hand, and I will come over to you with the mic so we can all hear you.
Do you all have a box grater at home?
Yep.
Right.
Nods.
Do you ever use it for vegetables? Well, how are you going to make coleslaw? All right, we gotta grate this stuff up. You want your guacamole to not turn brown? Grate up some Granny Smith apples and stir it in.
Oh, you're getting wild. Hot tip.
Look at that. Write this down, take a little note. All right, so is anyone else thrown off by there being Christmas music in October? Anyone else having a little, oh my God, what is happening to me? All right, look at that. One onion, grated, done. But you know what we need first in the pan? Who knows?
Anybody?
Oil, but I got butter because I like butter.
There's more butter on this stage than I see for maybe the rest of the year.
Right?
Whole lot of butter.
We need butter for holiday. All right, so now that pan's a little hotter than I want it to be, so I'll turn it down. We'll let that go over there.
And do you recommend salted or unsalted butter?
Well, I have a couple of philosophies on butter. One is if you're baking sweets, you definitely want to use unsalted butter because you don't want to throw up. I made biscuits once with salted butter and they were way too salty and it wasn't good. And I was super sad because I had just made biscuits and now they weren't tasty, right? That's a heartbreaking moment. All right, so we'll let that get going. We'll keep an eye on it. Onions get to cook the longest, right? Because we can let them cook forever. They'll caramelize. They just get more flavorful. We're not worried about them burning as long as the stove isn't too hot, as long as I don't break the stove. All right, look at these beautiful peppers I got. They called them Aloha peppers at the grocery store. And they're kind of red and orange and stringy. Can we see that in the
They are a thing of beauty.
Excellent. And I have something to show you. This pepper has 4 bumps. This pepper has 3 bumps. Do you know what's different about them?
Thoughts? Do we have a question? I see a hand.
Yeah, what do you think, mister?
Hold on. I got to come to you with the microphone so we can all hear you. So don't be shy, okay?
Because they have 3 bumps.
Yeah, they have seeds in them. That is correct. The one with 3 is a male and it has very few seeds. And the one with 4 is female and it has all the seeds.
And does that make them taste any different?
No. It's just one of those nerd things I like to, pop out and feel all cool that I know.
I love food nerdism.
And I love it when they look like the scary screaming face. I'm going to grate these too, right? Oh, yeah.
Are we grating all of our vegetables today?
Yeah.
I love it.
You know why? Because it's faster. And like I said, we got to get done with this. You guys got to eat. What is my hard out time, Jackie? When do I need this in bowls?
I mean, I would say you want it in bowls around 12:35. Gives us a solid 10 minutes to send people on their way
All
before
right.
the next chef have to set up there.
Right. So funny story about the next chef. I have not met her, but it turns out I know her husband because I was his mommy's hairdresser forever and ever and ever until she moved to Hawaii.
Tacoma's small.
Such a small town. So yes, you could certainly chop the bell peppers. You got to cut them into sticks, and then you got to cut them this way. Or you could just so much faster. And because I am paying attention to you and I'm wearing gloves, I'm going to waste a little bit of pepper because I want to make sure that, again, we don't have any first aid needs while we're here today. At home, I can be more cautious and careful.
We don't want to send anyone home with trauma.
No.
Just chili.
We want no PTSD from your display demo today. I can never eat chili again after I watched that woman grate her fingers to a pulp.
Horrifying.
Can anybody smell that yet?
We're getting some of the aromas out here already. Yeah.
Excellent.
So, Orame, what's your favorite thing to do in the kitchen? You're singing a little bit while you're grating. I don't know if that's what you do.
Yes, I sing. It's a thing I do. The challenge is to know when it's appropriate to sing and when it's not. At my work, I'm the boss and I can do whatever I want. So we often have salon sing-alongs. So the radio's going, a song comes on, you notice a client might be kind of humming along a little bit to themselves, and we just break it out. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Right? So I can hold it out. We can do this. We're getting ready to take a trip to New York for our 20th wedding anniversary next June.
Yeah, woo.
And we're going to see a Broadway show because, right? Well, it's hard to decide what show to see. And one of them that's out right now is Little Shop of Horrors. Have you seen that? Anyone seen that show? Okay. Well, so I have a lot. I'm familiar. And my husband's concern is, will I be able to not sing along to every song in the play and disrupt other people's experience of the musical? I'm like, well, I don't know. Maybe that's a little duct tape. That might work. That could keep me from
Self-control's not
singing.
the strong suit here.
I mean, you know, if you know all the words, he actually won't watch Grease with me anymore, because it's not that I sing the songs, it's that I kind of recite the dialogue as well. And apparently that's a bridge too far. When he first said, he said, you know, it's one thing to sing the songs, but you can't speak every line of dialogue. And I said, that sounds like a challenge. He said, it's not. So now I watch it alone in the other room. Hey, what's this?
Jalapeno.
This is a really big jalapeno. Normally I would do 2. I start grating, I get to where I start seeing the seeds, and then I just give it a little pull. Get those seeds out of there. The seeds and the white veining stuff, that's where all the hot is. What we want is the sweet fruitiness of the pepper, so we're not trying to torture anyone here.
If someone really liked it spicy, would you recommend other peppers?
Yes, you could certainly use other fresh peppers, or you could use some chipotle peppers that are already smoked in adobo. You could do all kinds of fancy stuff. You could whip out the chili flakes, which I didn't bring because, you know, we got some little people in the audience here today. So I'm trying to make this tasty but not torturous. All right, I think I can safely turn that up a smidge. Just that Christmas music just gets me every time.
Just sing, out here singing it.
I'll hum along.
So I have to ask, because this is a great dish, obviously, for leftovers.
Yes. So I'm a big meal planner, meal prep person. If I'm going to cook once, I'm eating more than once, right? So if I'm going to make turkey, I'm going to make enough to do other things with. If I'm going to, I smoked a prime rib. We ate that for a week. That was so good. So yeah, if I'm cooking, I'm cooking. Even though there's 2 of us, I don't want to be doing this every day. I don't have time, right? Like I have a life. If I have prepped food that's partially cooked, I can toss together a stir fry and have food on the table in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it just makes my life easier. So if you can make something different out of leftovers, that helps the people who don't like leftovers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there are lots and lots of them. Who in here doesn't like leftovers? See?
Couple hands.
There's some in every crowd. All right. I washed all of these at home this morning because, as you see, we have a sink, but it is purely decorative.
It's not real.
It's not real.
Speaking of leftovers, Chef John Maley yesterday said pretty much his go-to is just make a quesadilla out of it. Whatever's in the fridge,
right?
Pop in a quesadilla.
And, you know, anything can be a stir fry.
Yeah.
I intentionally brought the heart of the celery because I love the leaves sauteed as aromatics. That's kind of my favorite part. They're not so good for just snacking on, but they're really good with some butter on them. Because isn't everything? Everything's better with butter.
Everything. Now, there's a fine balance because I think you talk about making things beautiful and healthy.
Yes, well, look how colorful this all is. We've got our peppers and onions. We're going to add our celery in here. Just because it's shredded doesn't mean it ain't pretty. That's I was just going to use this like it was a knife for some reason. That's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
So I will use my knife on the leaves because you really don't, they're not sturdy enough to go through the grater. The best advice I have for you about a kitchen knife is use one that fits in your hand nicely. You don't want to feel like you're using something that is so big you can't wield it. And, you know, some people like Chris, your hand is pretty small. You don't like a 12-inch knife, do you? Yeah.
That is a topic we've seen on stage a few times this weekend, which I love because that is the advice from every chef.
Yeah.
Is, you know, go to a knife store, hold the knife,
Right.
do what feels right.
This is a 6-inch chef's knife. So
it's a cutie.
it's my little, it's maneuverable. I can do a lot of things with it. And then I use a paring knife quite a bit as well. I do have bigger chef's knives and I do use them when I need to, you know, really get through something big. But for all of this kind of work, I've done so much of the prep ahead of time. All right. How far off have I gotten here? Melt butter in pot, add onion, garlic, pepper, carrot, celery, herbs, and jalapeno. All right, so we need carrots.
We're smelling the jalapeno now as well, in addition to the peppers and the onion.
That's right. I put all of the tools over here.
And do you have a preferred brand for knives?
Oh, I have a number of different knives. This one is, oh, I forgot how you pronounce that name. Anyway, they're all Japanese. This one is Mac. I really like it. I found it on a website called Cooking for Engineers. And that one speaks to me because not only is my father an engineer, but there is a deep nerd streak that runs through me. So I like to know the why and the how of things, not just the what step to do. I hate that I can't think of the name of that. It's a very, Shun, S-H-U-N.
There it is.
And I assume that that's how you pronounce it because shun just seems so wrong. I'm not shunning my knife. I love my knife.
You have to give it daily affirmation.
Indeed. You're pretty. You're capable. What is it? You're good enough. You're smart enough. And doggone it, people like you.
That's right. And there we are, shredding some more of our veggies.
Bam, bam, bam.
Boom, boom. I'm going to use that trick at home.
So this particular box grater, when I decide I need a new piece of equipment, I do ask the internet, you know, best kitchen shears, best paper scissors, best box grater. And this one is a beast, and it is sharp, and it has bitten me. Ooh. But you know when it bit me? Not while I was actually cutting things. It was in the dishwasher, and I reached in and
ouch.
Brutal. And that one took a long time to heal. Ugh. That was not a good day. Because also, I need my hands for my day job.
Yeah.
Hard to do hair with no fingers. Okay. So those are all going. So now we need the herbs. This here little pack, poultry blend. They sell it in the grocery store around about this time of year. It has rosemary and sage and thyme. And then to round out the Simon and Garfunkel, I've got my parsley here. So sing on parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Right? Yeah. No, I'm the only one.
Like,
no one
I
else
haven't heard that one. Nope.
No? Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Wow.
Shame on me.
Wow. All right, I'm retiring now. I'm officially old. I gotta go. See you guys later.
That's kitchen's closed.
Right. I'm just gonna walk away. With a young person up here to finish it.
Hey,
I can smell the time. That's
age
good.
is all a thing. My grandma, someone famous had passed away recently, and they were, 92 or something like that. She's like, oh, only 92. She's 89. And I thought, well, yeah, I guess if you look at it like that.
when Loretta Lynn died, I saw and was reminded of that I had forgotten that Crystal Gale is her sister.
Oh wow.
And she did a tribute song to her with another one of their sisters, because there are a lot of them, because, you know, as you recall in Coal Miner's Daughter, Daddy loved and raised 8 kids on a miner's pay. So they are none of them young, so the tribute to their sister was very touching.
Oh.
Now, did anyone happen to see The Rock sing a tribute to Loretta Lynn? He was on the Kelly Clarkson show, and they did a duet of Don't Come Home A-Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind. And I will say 2 things about The Rock. He held his own. He did just fine. And also, I like a person who does not take themselves too seriously.
Amen.
Right? Like, you're this big, scary guy, but you're going to stand up here and sing a Loretta Lynn song. God love you. We should tell me if you can smell this in the audience yet.
Getting a little bit of it here. It's fun when there's a beautiful color there. If you take a look at the screen, it's looking pretty. I
Right.
like it.
Eat the rainbow.
I love the evolution of the aromas as you add things.
Right, as each thing builds together. Then we have a decision to make, and it's going to require a group vote.
Oh no.
All right. The recipe calls for garlic, which I have, raw garlic, but I also have something special. I have smoked garlic.
It smells
So now we
divine.
have to take a vote. Do we want raw garlic, smoked garlic, or a combination? All
Are we
right.
doing hands or woohooing?
Jackie is going to do the voting, so however she thinks is the easiest to count, I will accept her answer.
I like to get people a little amped up, so you're gonna have to use your vocals. Okay, we're gonna do the sound voting, woohoo and clap. So we're gonna start regular raw garlic. Anybody? Wow, crickets. How about smoked garlic? There's a little something there. How about a combination of the 2? Oh, there it is. It is the combination of the 2.
Winner. All right.
Thanks for your participation, guys.
Because otherwise, it's just me standing up here talking, and y'all are going to get tired of that real quick.
I don't know. You're sharing some good stories today. So,
you want me to tell you about the shoes I'm wearing?
Yes.
So,
well, first you have to show them. See the shoes. Very nice.
Okay. We call these the Miracle in Paris shoes.
Oh.
Because they look really tall, right? Well, they're platform and they have memory foam on the insole. So I walked 8 miles one day in Paris wearing these shoes, up and down the Arc de Triomphe to the fancy schmancy first ever 3 Michelin star lunch that had 17 courses. And to dinner, because you had 17 courses for lunch, you're not done. Clearly, you've got to have dinner. You're in Paris. So 8 miles, nary a blister, not a red spot, nothing. So they are the Miracle in Paris shoes, and many a client has purchased them on that recommendation.
So where do you find these?
The brand is called Soft, S-O-F-F-T. So as someone who stands on their feet for a living, my shoes are always function first and form second. So I try to buy the least ugly comfort shoes I can find. But it's comfort first for sure, because this standing up for a living for 30 years will get on you. Right? Like, you got to take care of your feet. You can't just be walking around like a crazy person. All right. Herbs are in the pot. What's next? Saute until onions are soft. Add salt, chili powder, cumin, and cook until we can smell those spices. Oh, we didn't get our garlic. Oh, heavens.
Oh, my goodness.
Party foul.
So what happens when you're telling a good story sometimes?
I know. See, Paris, I could get all distracted. So when I smoked the garlic, I also smoked some sweet onions. holy cow. And mushrooms. I smoked mushrooms. So would you like to hear about how I got my smoker? It was an accident.
That's a good accident.
It was. I was sitting on my front porch, which is my new favorite thing in the whole wide world. And my neighbor next door was moving away, and he had picked too small a U-Haul. So his smoker didn't fit. And as he was trying to play Tetris and make it all happen, he asked if I would use this smoker. And I said, hell yes. And so now we, every couple of weekends, we crank it up like, well, what are we going to do now? So we did a brisket first, which took way longer than I really wanted to spend. Like that should have been a get up early, 3 a.m., get started if you want to eat at 6. So that was a learning opportunity. I should not have done that first. We have since done ribeye steaks, those big fat tomahawk cowboy steaks with the bone in. And we did a prime rib this last week, and it's all super delicious. All right, here's our smoked garlic. So again, I had the smoker on, I may as well do a bunch of things, right? If the oven's on and you're going to cook one chicken, why not cook 2? Right?
Why not?
You know what's the pain about raw garlic? You got to crack those suckers open.
There's a certain satisfaction to that.
So you've seen that trick, right? Flat of your knife, give it a pop with your hand. I intentionally chose the large cloves so that I can use the grater on them. Didn't want to try and hold on to little tiny things. Again, trying not to injure anyone. Are you detecting a theme?
I think I'm sensing a little common denominator here. So what are you going to use the smoked onions and mushrooms that you made at home for?
Everything, anything, breakfast, lunch, dinner, what do you got? Because onions and mushrooms are great flavor boosters to anything, right? You're going to make some scrambled eggs, throw that in your pan first, and then you've got a flavor foundation for whatever you're going to add to it. Even if it's just quick sauteing some vegetables, they've got some extra flavor on them. This is a little harder with gloves, FYI. At home, we don't actually have gloves in my kitchen, but food safety when feeding a crowd is of paramount importance.
Absolutely.
I don't think the health department is actually watching me right now, but just in case. I mean, in my workplace, we have sanitation concerns as well, right? So I'm just used to living in a world where we're trying really hard to not make people sick.
Yes. Well, dealing with the public.
Right?
We like to care for one another.
We do. But, my family.
Forget about it.
They're on their own. Come on, take your chances. Live on the edge. All right, so now we have the garlic and the onions and the peppers and the carrots and the celery. And they are sauteed and they are soft. And the herbs are starting to meld in there with the flavor in the butter. And now we're going to add our dry spices. And I have smoked paprika, chili powder, and cumin. That's kind of my basic foundation for chili. Start with a little salt. Perhaps our theme for today is smoked.
I like that smoked
because
turkey.
Smoked things have more flavor. So we've got smoked turkey, we've got smoked garlic, we've got smoked paprika. And I, at home, don't use measurements, but we're going to so that you can know what this tasted like so you can decide if you want more or less when you make it yourself. I'm doubling this recipe. So I want 6 tablespoons of chili powder. This particular chili powder is the very, very first U.S. chili powder brand. It started in Texas. It's called Gebhardt's, and Gebhardt was my bottle doesn't fit my teaspoon. So hold on, I'm going to have to count.
It'll
There are
all-
3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. Seven, 8, 9. We'll see how that goes. We can add more later. So when Texas was full of German immigrants, that's why Texas has so much beer. So they all immigrated, and when the chili season is summertime, right? It's a fruit, they grow. But no one had a way of turning dried chilies into chili powder. But the German immigrants knew how to make paprika, which is made from a pepper, and they modified that to make what we now know as chili powder. See, I told you were going to get all nerded out with me
That's
today.
right. Little story, little history.
Right? Little things in your pocket to just pull out when you want to feel like you're smart. Okay. Smoked paprika. We'll get that going. I like to put the dried spices in with the butter because I feel like the flavor saturates the fat. The fat molecules bloom the flavor.
And I will say we have about 10 minutes on the clock.
Okay, all right. This is where rubber meets the road here. I still need cumin,
That's when stuff starts coming together.
right? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The good news is, the vegetables are the only thing that's raw. Everything else here is cooked, so we're in good shape. Nothing to worry about here. 2 teaspoons. Okay. Well, let's get some canned action going. I drained and rinsed the green beans and the corn at home because, again, no sink. I use mason jars a lot for my storage, for keeping things in the fridge, for keeping them dry goods in the cabinets. And I just buy these plastic lids online. I don't like the little metal ones that you use for actual canning for repeat using. So these can go in the dishwasher and they work out really well for me. Okay.
Now you said green beans and corn?
Did I say green beans? Black beans.
Black beans. Okay. I might have misheard you. I thought green beans is
Oh,
an
no, I
interesting
could be-
choice.
I could be full of it. That's also a possibility.
When Aura May says healthy, she's not messing
I
around.
am not messing around. Well, I will throw vegetables and things. Don't think I won't. I will sneak those suckers in when you're not looking.
Look at those colors. I love it. Oh, we have a
So
question
pretty.
here coming up.
I don't have a question. I have a statement.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a very good chili that you do use green beans in.
Aha!
French-
See?
The French sliced green beans, and it's
Perfect.
wonderful.
See? Look at that.
See, I should never doubt, because no doubt
There's always somebody's always
someone's
used something
got
for something.
good. Exactly.
Well, and also, there are more things we can use, right? We don't have to be wasteful. We can make our food budget go a little farther if we're a little more concerned about being efficient in the kitchen and using up all the parts of things.
Yeah.
This is Rotel. Anyone familiar with Rotel?
Yes.
You mix it with the Velveeta and it makes that queso dip that everyone loves so much. But it's tomatoes and peppers and it's tasty and it's a good foundation for chili. So it's done some of the work for me. It's already sauteed and simmered for quite a long time. So it's got the flavor built in. So if we were doing this from everything from scratch with raw tomatoes and all of that, then it would take a lot longer for the flavor to come together. And you'd really maybe want to put it in the slow cooker and let it go all day. But this is, 30-minute chili.
I love it. Sometimes you can zhuzh up those pre-made ingredients.
Right? I'm turning up the heat now. Let's get this going.
It's looking tasty.
Add the canned items, stir to combine. Add the stock, the turkey. Okay, all right.
Following your own recipe. I like
know, I
it.
know. It's the only way you forget.
Oh, we lost you a little bit. Hopefully you're
Oh.
not disconnected. Oh, you're good now. You're back. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
oh, phooey. I could stand there with the mic and be close.
Hey.
It's thinking about it. I think you're halfway back.
We have a motto at the salon that we live by, and it's every day is an adventure. You don't know. You know what's happening.
You know what?
That schedule you started with at 9 o'clock in the morning, that's not going to be the same schedule you finished with at 9 o'clock at night.
No. You got to roll with it.
It's a suggestion of what might happen.
I'm just going to hang out up here.
Okay. What? Can you open that?
Oh, here.
It seems to not want to open for me.
Oh, no, it doesn't want to open for anybody.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so this is turkey stock. I got really excited when I was at Stadium Thriftway this morning and they had turkey stock. You could certainly use chicken stock because that's more readily available.
Ooh, we can hear your mic a little bit.
Hey, am I
I'm here
making
just
some
on
sounds?
standby.
Does this? It's a hot surface. Okay. All I want is this to be hot, but
It's warm. I don't know how hot it is.
right. Let's. It says hi, right?
This is what happens in practice kitchens, guys, when it sets up. We just figure it out as we go. It's
Roll
coming
with it,
together.
right? We'll let this one. Oh, see, that's hot. So we'll just move it over.
Well, it looks hot.
Well, it does.
I think maybe it's just all the things went in at the same
All at
time.
once,
It's thinking
right?
about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Look how pretty is that?
So pretty. Can we see it on the screen there? I can't see. There we go.
So the reason I did
Sexy.
the
I'll put
reason
this
I
right here.
raised the black bean is that it would have been less pretty, right? Because the liquid that the beans are in, it's a little cloudy. So I just rinsed them, and they look a lot better this way.
Don't get in the chef's way, okay? Just even if you have a microphone, just stay out of the way. She has a sharp object.
Right. Count all your fingers. Okay, excellent.
We're gonna get through this, guys. Chili is happening right before our
Right,
eyes.
it is. It's all good.
And it smells even better up here. I'm just gonna hang out with you a little bit.
It doesn't smell as good out in the audience.
It smells out there, but it smells even better. It smells good, I should say. I don't just say it smells. Goodness, verbiage here.
I tell ya. Okay. All right. So we have our smoked turkey leg. We have our roasted turkey breast. We have carrots, onions, celery, garlic, peppers, jalapeno, black beans, corn, and all this herbs and spices. Now, someone's got to taste this because I bet you it needs more seasoning. Where's our
Let's see. We got spoons.
I guarantee you it needs more stuff because I guarantee you it needs more stuff.
You can always add more.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What do we think?
The paprika's good. Chili powder's good. Salt. We need salt.
We need salt, guys. We're prepared. It's okay. That's pretty cute. You can put anything in there.
Right? The half pints are my favorite. I use them a lot.
Where do you put those?
Oh, like Q-tips. All kinds of stuff. All right, this everything. Yeah, coconut oil. What do you got? It could be hotter. But, you know, I mean, again, we're all safe.
We're all
Even if
safe.
it's not hot,
Everything's
it's
cooked.
still edible.
It's doing its thing.
It'll be fine.
I mean, you loaded it up pretty good
I
here.
did. And then we have to get it in the little cups. We tried to
Yes.
cut everything up
Yes.
small enough that we could dispense it in there nicely. And it is prettier than chili with ground beef, right? The chunks are a lot more appealing to look at.
What else would you add in here?
Well, what do you got? What's in the fridge? What do you need to use up? What's the number one